Let's start again from the protoplasm. I said that a cell is said to be living when it contains a jelly-like substance called the protoplasm. So that means protoplasm is a jelly-like substance that is found in a particular cell. So let us see what is the definition of a protoplasm. Protoplasm is the living substance of the cell. It is made up of the cytoplasm and nucleus. So protoplasm has got two things, cytoplasm and nucleus, right? We'll read this further in the chapter. Now, to find the protoplasm, there was a type of microscope that was used in our school laboratories, and that is known as the compound microscope. Even in your school, there must be a microscope that will be used when you'll be going to the school, you'll see, and that microscope is said to be a compound microscope. Now here we have different lenses. So depending on the power we want, it can be a low power, high power lens. So depending on that, you can just rotate the lens and see the object. These are the microscopes that are used in schools laboratory, which are used to find out the cells. Now coming to the cell, their number, shape and size, how many cells are required in a particular organisms or in a particular organ. So cells, how numerous? Numerous means the number. On the basis of the number of the cells, the organism have been categorized as a unicellular or multicellular. So unicellular means when an organism is made up of a single cell. So when the organism is made up of a single cell, we call it unicellular or a single cell organ. Uni means one, cellular means cell. Okay. So the body of many microscopic plants and animals are formed of just one single cell. There are some microorganisms like bacteria, yeast, paramecium, chlamydomonas, amoeba. These are all single cell organisms, right? And therefore they are known as unicellular. They cannot be seen by our eyes. We can only see them under microscope. So this is amoeba, this is paramecium, this is chlamydomonas, and all of them they are made up of single cell. They'll have one nucleus in it. This is their cell wall, and this is the protoplasm which is in the cell. Okay, so here it says that the three single-celled organisms, amoeba, chlamydomonas and paramecium, are shown in the diagram. These three diagrams can come as identification, as well as we can ask, name any single cell organism. So these three are single cell organism. Therefore, they are called unicellular. Uni means what? One, and cellular means having one cell. Okay. Now let us come to multicellular. Multi means many. Cellular means celled. So many celled organisms. So the body of most of the plants, animals which we see around us are made up of millions and billions of cells. They are called multicellular. Multi means many. Like any plant you name, whether rose you name, or you name hibiscus, hydra, neem, or any animal or any organism that you name, like you have human beings, lion, tiger, frog, all of them are made up of many cells. Therefore, we call them multicellular. So, just now we have done the cell, that is the number of the cell organisms can be named as a unicellular or a multicellular. Okay, this is what we have done here. And unicellular examples are single-celled organisms. They are just made up of single cell. Very common examples are bacteria, amoeba, yeast, paramecium and chlamydomonas. Okay, then we have multicellular organism. All the other organisms, whether they are plants, fruits, flowers or human beings, all of them are multicellular organisms.